Yes, which was saying. And third, one who wants to aim at the level of being IIM pass out and then the journey to CITO, what are the suggested ways to smoothen their path?
Yeah. So I got your all the three questions. Very interesting questions. First, I'll respond to the second question in terms of dispelling the myth on pay package. In fact, let me tell you, my brother has in probably the batch of 400 people, he has one of the highest pay packages. In his batch of 405 people, all people. So that is one trivia which I would like maybe even like probably the top five people in terms of pay package. Don't want to reveal the pay package, but you can easily guess that.
Yeah.
And in terms of very specific to my pay package, I am there is no concept about discrimination between anything about gender or disability or your race. The package has been revealed before your interviews to everyone, so you are free to apply wherever you want. So that is the answer. Hope that clarifies and maybe inspires more people to join campuses and get
Yeah.
packages as high as my brother. मैंने उतनी पढ़ाई उतना मेहनत नहीं किया शायद, तो बट anyways that was the in terms of family support, me and my brother, I think we are privileged in a way in terms of getting a very strong family support in terms of our financial thing in general also, and but throughout our career we have got this support, but that stigma and that acceptance from parents were there, but they also expected us to restore our vision, and that is why I spoke initially. मैंने आयुर्वेदा होम्योपैथी एलोपैथी सब ट्राई किया कि ताकि आँख ठीक हो जाए, तो वो चीज़ था। बट हैविंग सेड दैट हमने जैसे किसी ने आईएम का एजुकेशन लोन का पॉइंट उठाया था, हमने अपना एजुकेशन का जितना भी पैसा है वो खुद से मैनेज किया है और खुद से किया है, तो आप भी कर सकते हैं। बट ऑब्वियसली ये प्रिविलेज तो था ही कि आई वॉज हैविंग फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट, क्योंकि आई थिंक कभी कभी वो साइकोलॉजिकली बहुत हेल्प करता है कि अगर कुछ नहीं हुआ तो and the third question is how could you come into IM and similar management thing? I think again जो CAT का material है most of the coaching institutes का are completely accessible, और in fact आप खुद से भी बहुत सारी resources है जो आप पढ़ के CAT क्रैक कर सकते हैं। एंड इंटरव्यूज आपको थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस ऑब्वियसली चाहिए होगा, एंड इन टर्म्स ऑफ फैसिलिटी यू गेट अ स्क्राइब टू आंसर योर एग्जाम। इनफैक्ट मेरा और अनुज का बहुत मन था कि हम लोग एग्ज़ाम्स खुद से कंप्यूटर पे दे बिना स्क्राइब के, तो हमने पूछा भी था, बट ऐसा पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाया था। तो ये है hopefully to answer the third question. Again, we had got a lot of support from three teachers in Bangalore, three brilliant teachers जो बहुत लोगों को आयन में उन्होंने मतलब हर साल वो एक या दो बच्चों को असिस्ट करती है, एंड दे taught us on Skype। तो हम Skype में एक्सेसिबल फॉर्म में हमने पढ़ाई की थी। एंड क्योंकि मेरा जो डिजीज़ है रेटिनाइटिस पिगमेंटोसा, मैं स्टार्टिंग से ब्लाइंड नहीं था, धीरे धीरे करके विजन कम होते गया, बट तो हमने भी एक तरह से शौक लगा था। बट वो थ्री टीचर्स, थैंक्स टू देम जिन्होंने हमें पढ़ाया। या होप आई हैव आंसर्ड ऑल थ्री ऑफ यू।
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And I'm really glad that you had such a good support system. Hope this support system will with everyone in the community. Thank you.
So, Vivi, on that note, there have been these scholars which have been highly aware because she came in very recent years of the sciences, has a lot of aspirations, wants to progress in his career, but parents just won't understand, won't let go. Not because they don't want to see the child progress, but they are so protective and they're so unsure of what the bad word might do to the child. So, and I know you listed extensively about your mother's contribution to both you and your brother. And have you ever faced that kind of a feeling that your parents might have gone through, especially in the initial years?
So I actually just to view it from any marginalized lens, that overprotecting nature is there within parents. तो फॉर एग्जांपल हमें बाहर कहीं भेजते थे तो कभी कभी थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा चिंता होता था। और कभी कभी वो बच्चों का भी होता है कि वो सोचते हैं कि बिकॉज वो डिसेबल्ड है उनके पेरेंट्स उनका एक्स्ट्रा चिंता कर रहे हैं। तो इट्स अगेन बोथ वेज। ऑब्वियसली मेरे पेरेंट्स, मुझे ऐसा लगा था कि बहुत ओवर प्रोटेक्टिव है, बट धीरे धीरे जब चीज़ें होते गई तो मैं आपको बताता हूँ, जब मैं रात में साइकिलिंग कर रहा था तो नियरली 230 किलोमीटर करने के बाद मैंने रात के 1 बजे पापा को फ़ोन किया कि पापा मेरा 230 किलोमीटर साइकिलिंग हो गया है, सुबह से चला रहा हूँ। पापा बोले और कितना बचा है? मैंने बोला नियरली 400 किलोमीटर बचा है और 20 घंटे के आसपास है। तो मेरे पापा का जवाब ये नहीं था कि अरे बेटा तुम रात में साइकिलिंग क्यों चला रहे हो, बहुत रिस्की है, ट्रक आता है, हाईवे है, ये है वो है। उन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि यार तुम बहुत स्लो चला रहे हो, तुम तेज क्यों नहीं चला रहे हो। तो अगेन वो एक जर्नी है, एंड आई थिंक पेरेंट्स एज वेल एज चाइल्ड दोनों के लिए वो एक जर्नी है। एंड कभी कभी आपको भी पता है कि पेरेंट्स को भी इतना आसान नहीं होता है, क्योंकि उन्होंने कभी एक ब्लाइंड बंदे को देखा ही नहीं होगा, या ऐसे जब कंडीशन में पेरेंट्स को भी डॉक्टर बताते हैं। आई थिंक यहाँ पे ना लॉट ऑफ टाइम मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि डॉक्टर्स को थोड़ा सा सेंसिटाइज किया जाए और उन्हें बताया जाए कि ब्लाइंड लोग क्या कर सकते हैं, तो मे बी पेरेंट्स को थोड़ा हिम्मत रहता है। बट मैं एक छोटे शहर से था, वहाँ पे इतना अवेयरनेस नहीं था, तो मेरे को अब लगता है कि नेचुरली पेरेंट्स को थोड़ा चिंता होना वो है। और कभी कभी हम बच्चों को भी ऐसा लगता है कि बिकॉज हम डिसेबल्ड है इसलिए पेरेंट्स हमारा ज़्यादा चिंता करते हैं। तो बोथ वेज से आई थिंक ये समझना ज़रूरी है।
Sure. No, that's a valid point. Valid point. I'm going to just, yeah,
Also,
sorry.
can I just ask you a quick? Your eyesight problem became very pronounced when you were in 11th standard, and that's a very crucial year. 11th and 12th, you have your board exams coming in. How did you make the adjustments at that time? Because you didn't have too much of time to kind of
So
change and reorient.
yeah, I think very interesting question. So first, I was always good in studies. So from a study point of view, uh, it was manageable. The second thing is because मेरा eyes का figure disorient हो गया था, so I struggled. I honestly, there is no denying the fact that I struggled in my standard 11, 12 and the first second year of college, because see again ये सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ जो मैंने सीखी है कमिंग टू लाइक मेरे को ये लगा था, विच इज़ लाइक अगेन 4,300 मीटर्स जहाँ पे मैं भाग रहा था, एंड वहाँ पे आई वॉज नॉट एबल टू ब्रीथ। थोड़ी सी दिक्कत हो रही थी क्योंकि वहाँ 1/3 ऑक्सीजन लेवल्स कम हो जाता है। तो दिस इज़ अगेन माई थॉट, जहाँ पे मेरे को लगा कि आई थिंक द बिगेस्ट गिफ्ट जो हम लोगों के पास है वो है कि हम लोग हर टाइम ब्रीथ कर रहे हैं। दैट इट सेल्फ दिस लाइफ एंड ये जो सांस हम लोग ले रहे हैं वो इट सेल्फ एक गिफ्ट है। उसके बियॉन्ड बाकी सारी चीज़ें ऑनेस्टली एक्स्ट्राज है, और हम कभी कभी ये सारी चीज़ों में भूल जाते हैं कि सबसे जो बिगेस्ट गिफ्ट वो लाइफ इन इट सेल्फ है। तो मेरे को बहुत टाइम लगा एक्सेप्ट करने में मेरी कंडीशन, बट वंस दैट एक्सेप्टेंस सेट इन एंड another thing a lot of people would like to know, so जैसे मैंने विपासना किया है, such a young age. I've watched his comedy. He himself is such a great comedy artist here. He'll do well.
There's Sachin, you heard it from Vineet also. We've no doubt in your stand-up comedy skills. Um, One question I want to ask you, Vineet, is that you said that there are stereotypes prevalent in jobs in private sector, and it's not to do with just disability. There are stereotypes everywhere, even in terms of gender. So, how you've worked in a largish organization in mainstream, and how has work from home changed any perception or attitudes of your peers? Has it, first of all, and if it has, then how?
Again, very interesting question. I feel a lot of things, no, like for example work from home. Just to give you an example, for my brother it is obviously a very big advantage, because the thing is he's working from a comfort of his home, completely playing to his own 100% strength, in terms of maybe meeting, like the client even does not know like his disability at all, and in general if he knows they get amazed and inspired by it. But I think work from home is to a person with disabilities advantage, provided he learns and upskills himself, lot of these things, of the work from home typical scenarios of understanding and sharing and collaborating work. In a large company, I think people with disability, I think the biggest strength is they can network, they can connect. uh, that that just brings you to my strength in the COVID times. I have like volunteered heavily with different organizations in trying to send people, guest workers home from Tamil Nadu to Bengal or Tamil Nadu to Tripura, talking to bureaucracy, government officers, getting the trains, getting buses, arranging funds. So the thing is that was obviously to my advantage, where I did not need to even meet a government officer, and I could play down and talk to him as equal as anyone else. So, and I was able to work so much, maybe because of being in home and just understanding my strength. Just to give you a small example, we being citizens, we can do a lot of things just by sitting in home. Like for example, uh, we realized that Mumbaikars were struggling to get data on crematoriums across Mumbai. The easiest thing what I could do is create spreadsheet, a open spreadsheet of all the crematoriums with the telephone numbers and the timings, and as well as a comment section where any citizen can comment that okay, this crematorium is 5 hours delayed, this crematorium is 4 hours delayed. Very simple tool, open, and was able to just do it, and a lot of people use that data for their things, and that was a useful data which I did it just sitting in my home. Similarly, a lot of my friends with intellectual disability started creating masks by being in homes. And this, I'm very sure, like I'll just give you a small example from Pondicherry. There was a group of blind people who basically used to sell on trains. Their livelihood completely got stopped. Very and these are people who never like begging, and very high on their own moral standards. But COVID, basically, and when one of the NGOs gave them food, they refused. They said, we cannot take food from you, give us work. And I think that is such a high degree of determination from them. So I think that is something which is so good about our sector and our community, and I think we should keep by those standards and continuously work.
Sure, sure. I agree. Shanthan, you have a question? Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening to everyone. Uh, Firstly, I mentioned George sir and Shruti ma'am organizing such a wonderful webinar in this pandemic time. Thank you for IWay this organizing this, and my thank you to Vinith also. It's such a wonderful speech you have give it to us. My first question, I have a two, three question. I ask, I am audible. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Anton, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. My first question is, I'm a working as a teacher. I want to know, I want to do my management course in online because I am working with a school. So how do I? This is my first question. My second question is, in person with disability should change their mindset due to in our current situation, because someone asks give it to food, give it to sympathy, it is not working. Because I think I have worked with Bengal and I work with primary education department in West Bengal. So I face more difficulty, but I want to inspire you. If you can if you cannot struggle your life, you can exist on your life. My third question is, uh, ये जो आपने बोला ये मैनेजमेंट कोर्स है IIM के लिए, आई एम मींस कैलकाटा आल्सो अवेलेबल. ये IIM आप लोग जहां से पास करके आए हैं, तो कैन यू क्रिएट अवेयरनेस ऑन दिस थिंग इन ऑल ओवर द स्टेट, जो लोगों के पास पहुंचे, हर गांव तक पहुंचे, जे इस disabled person can not stop. But we are extremely sorry, in our country women with disability are not in progress right now. It's a very sad to know. Thank you.
So, again, first regarding your question on online management education, the thing is, though there are a lot of online courses in management, I think you can maybe learn specific courses in marketing finance through Coursera. I don't think that having a separate online management degree would boost your chances in terms of employment or livelihood. The bet Because I think that is a waste of money as per my own thinking. The better way to is find the best courses by professors in Udemy or Coursera and try to do that and have a certificate which is cost effective, plus you get that knowledge also. So that is the answer to the first question. The third question is very interesting, and I think there is a huge responsibility on people of IAMS and anyone with privilege and a person with disability to raise the bar and do something for the society. I have not yet matched any standards till now, but I would like to take this up in the next 2 3 years in my personal capacity. And obviously, women with disability are actually struggling in terms of a lot of their own personal challenges. Um, and I am very sure some of our other folks are doing some work, but having said that, a lot more needs to be done. So yeah.
Uh, uh, am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
George.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you. There's a lot of talk about online management courses and so on. Uh, so, to become an MBA and be effective, how important is the content of your curriculum and the experience of studying and engaging all those activities on the ground in an IIM or in an MBA college? What is the contribution of those kind of interactions vis-a-vis content that you get on an online education? Is it important that you need to engage and compete and interact with your peers? Is it important?
Very, very interesting question, George. I'll just give you my honest answer and whatever I feel personally about this situation. So, one, see the merit of an MBA from a premium B school like the IIMs. One is its network, which goes a huge way in reaching out. So, your batch and the network really plays a very critical role post your campus. The second important role versus online is the engagement where you actually interact with like-minded people, and that opens up your mind and brings new perspective, which is not possible in a course which you self-study or through the online mode. So primarily it's about opening your mind and broadening your scope with the perspective. And the third thing is the professors there add a lot of value to a lot of courses in opening up areas. And in terms of real learnings, a lot of these courses are available online, but I think the impact in terms of instilling those learnings is primarily because of the campus and the network and the professors there. So yeah, these are the three main differentiators.
Okay, Justin had a question. Justin, you have a question. Go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Vinit. I was very impressed with your talk, and I want your email ID. And my questions are how universal basic income, the idea that has been floated around, how valid is it? How effective will it be? Having done MBA, you might be able to answer for our country. And whenever possible, could you float an idea of a venture capital fund for promoting entrepreneurship among the blind?
Interesting question. So again, universal basic income, I don't want to comment anything because the thing is I have not personally studied that subject in great detail, so I don't see merit in commenting anything in terms of a general perspective. The second is a very interesting thought, and probably for that I think we need more blind investment bankers into our country and international to float a collective of this idea. And maybe I'll pass this feedback and comment to my brother. Very interesting idea though, but we really need more bankers with disability, investment bankers with disability in our country. Hardly handful of people are there, and probably I think Anuj is the only one who works with deals, leading deals.
Yeah, I think Ashish Goyal also is there in London.
Ashish Goel is again, yeah, he's a banker, but again, I think he works for the international market. I was referring to our country.
Yeah, but yes,
So because
sir, go ahead, go ahead.
yeah, so everybody is not going to get jobs, and so entrepreneurship is the right way, I
Yeah,
think, forward.
yes, completely, completely.
So if it is entrepreneurship, Vineet, is it only capital that is kind of missing right now, or is there something else also missing that is stopping blind people from getting into entrepreneurship?
No, a lot of, so if you look at the blind entrepreneurship sector, you would have seen largely there have been institutes who have not been able to evolve themselves. A lot of organizations will still make candles and diyas. Just taking that as a metaphor, obviously that is not a bad option at all. But taking that as a metaphor, I think we need to evolve ourselves into different kinds of skills going with our abilities, which we unfortunately have not been able to do. For example, we need to be obviously very competitive in terms of other standards. No one will buy product just because of our disability. We need to create affordable products at the right price with the distribution. So the challenge with a lot of blind people are is not capital actually. uh, is actually to do with their research and their skills, which needs to be upgraded before venturing out. And I think George, through your show, you had someone like a person who is managing travel and had started up on his own. So these are a lot. These, I think, maybe people can refer your previous IWA talks to learn more about entrepreneurship in that ways. I don't think capital is such a big hurdle overall if you look.
There's a request coming in from Sachin saying let's do a session with Anuj also next time. And there is a comment on Facebook also, Denise. Let me just read it out for you. One second. Sorry, just one second. Yeah, the person saying that there's a lot of pressure when you're in terms of the decrease in vision if you're suffering from RP, and if someone is in school or college, what challenges in studying and how can they cope with it?
I think probably the question is meant for people with partial disability or someone maybe at a stage who can still read books.
Yeah.
So, just this is again, there is no scientific research to back what I'm saying, but this is my personal opinion. Is I also were at that person's stage maybe where I was reading lot of novels and stretching and forcing my eyes into things which I could not see or I was seeing with very close distance. So naturally, like sometimes when you have this condition and you are not aware about the practical scenarios of this disease, you try tendency of it is to stretch your eyes. And I actually used to read a lot of books, lot of newspapers, and lot of things where I needed to stretch my eyes. But I felt that because of that, my rate of deterioration of my vision was had increased significantly, and that is why maybe I lost a large portion of my vision because of that stretch. Had I been introduced to accessible technology and someone would have advised me that instead of reading a book as a paperback, why don't you hear it on your phone or on a Kindle, a lot of things would be eased for me. So um, to the person who is listening it, I think please try to go and embrace technology at the earliest. There is no point stretching your eyes for studies and for doing things which your software can do it much better and much more effective and much more faster. So that is my answer.
Thanks. I hope Mr. Ramesh Patil has received his response from him on Facebook. We have another question from Neeraj Singh. Neeraj, can you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
गुड इवनिंग. हाँ, एम आई ऑडिबल? मेरी आवाज़ आ रही है सबको?
आ रही है, बिल्कुल आ रही है.
हाँ सर, ये सर पहले तो थैंक यू सर आईवे को ये सेशन ऑर्गेनाइज करने के लिए. और सर मेरा एक सजेशन है कि ये पुनीत जी ने बहुत अच्छी बात कही कि यदि कोई पर्सन डिसेबल विजुअली डिसेबल होता है पहले, तो सबसे पहले तो उसका सामना डॉक्टर्स से होता है, डॉक्टर्स के पास इलाज के लिए जाता है. तो मेरा सजेशन ये है कि आप सर आईवे जैसी संस्थाएं और भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो भारत में है, तो सबसे पहले डॉक्टर्स को अवेयरनेस मतलब देनी चाहिए या उनको इस तरह का अप्रोच लेना चाहिए कि वो विजुअल डिसेबल पर्सन को मतलब वो अप्रोच कर सके काउंसलिंग के लिए, या ऐसी हेल्पलाइंस हमारी उनके नंबर्स वो प्रोवाइड कर सके कि वो मतलब उनसे मदद ले सकते हैं कि विजुअल डिसेबल पर्सन क्या क्या कर सकता है या क्या क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है उनको इन एरियाज में. क्योंकि यदि ये संभावना है कि आंखों की रोशनी नहीं आ सकती, ऐसी भी स्थिति आती है, तो मेरा सर सलाह है कि आईवे और ऐसी कई संस्थाएं भारत में बड़ी हैं, तो हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री और आईसीएमआर को अप्रोच कर सकते हैं हम कि वो अपने करिकुलम में इस तरह की चीज़ें डाल सकते हैं, मतलब कि वो काउंसिल करें डॉक्टर सबसे पहले, क्योंकि अवेयरनेस की बड़ी कमी है छोटे शहरों में, गाँवों में. तो बहुत से बच्चों को ये पता भी नहीं होता कि बैंड्स की एजुकेशन भी होती है और बैंड्स क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. तो मेरा ये सर स्पेशली जॉर्ज सर से ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि क्या इसमें कर सकते हैं.
नहीं, आपने बिल्कुल सही फरमाया. हमने भी देखा है कि डॉक्टर्स को इस विषय के बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं है और मेडिकल कॉलेजेस में उनको ये विकलांगता या डिसेबिलिटी के बारे में ज़्यादा जानकारी नहीं है. एंड उनको बस यही मालूम है कि कैटरैक्ट कैसे ट्रीट करना है या ग्लूकोमा कैसे ट्रीट करना है. और मैंने ये भी देखा है कि अगर वो नॉन ट्रीटेबल डिजीज़ है तो उसमें भी उनको कोई दिलचस्पी नहीं है. तो आपने जो कहा बिल्कुल दुरुस्त कहा. और हम लोग वैसे डॉक्टर्स ऑफ्थेल्मोलॉजिस्ट के साथ प्रोजेक्ट्स करते हैं जहाँ पर हम उनको जानकारी देने का प्रयास करते हैं. पर अक्सर वो लोग सुनते हैं, और कुछ लोग, अगर हम 100 लोगों से बात करते हैं तो 2 लोग ऐसे होते हैं कि समझ लेते हैं और उसको सीरियसली लेते हैं, बाकी लोग उतना इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है। ये दुख की बात है। पर ये प्रयास बिल्कुल आपका, आपने जो मुद्दा उठाया, इट्स अ वेरी वैलिड पॉइंट, एंड आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस सिटिंग इन दिस webinar would have experience where we could say that the doctors could have advised me differently.
Yeah, completely.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Neeraj.
Okay, any more questions? I'm just looking.
So, Vineet, if your brother works 18 hours a day, we will have to invite him in the middle of the night then.
Yeah, sir, he is usually awake at 4 a.m. So night is also not possible, honestly.
So typically, how long does he sleep for?
6 hours.
Okay, Shantan, you have another question? Okay, we'll come to you. Can you unmute yourself?
Okay. This question goes to George sir and Shruti ma'am. Few actually. Regarding this webinar, we know about our ability and those who are success. हाईवे के तरफ से जो छोटे छोटे गांव पर है, जो छोटा काम भी कर रहे, in this pandemic time, some of visible person selling a mask and all those things, and in this COVID situation, someone have a COVID, and how to handle with vision disability, and how to handle with mentally strong this pandemic time. Can you arrange a session with this topic on disability and awareness and parenting? That is my suggestion, and that's my ask to you also. Thank you.
Thank you, Shantan. We'll take a note of it, and we'll, the moment we find somebody who is capable of handling that topic, we'll definitely come up with it, and we'll start actively looking for that. And I think it shouldn't be too difficult.
Thanks, Shantan. Chandranath, you have a question? Please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Thank you, Suki and George and Vineet. I just like to know one thing. That is, you talked about Fire Stick for using remote. So what is that, and where shall I get it from? Fire Stick, what is that? Actually, I don't know.
The thing is, for any TV with an HDMI output, you can buy a Amazon Fire Stick. I think that's available in like 2,500 or something like that. That gives a remote, and it has applications like Netflix, Hotstar, YouTube, Amazon Prime, and basically you can use all these apps through a voice view, which is there on the Fire TV remote. So it's like your TV is suddenly speaking out to you, and I believe that is the cheapest available option for people with visual disability who can convert any TV in with HDMI with buying this. It's like a USB stick. You can imagine like a USB stick and a remote. I think George and Shruti probably can correct me. They can find more cheaper alternatives. I've tried everything. I think that is the best possible thing for people if they don't want to buy expensive TVs.
And
Yeah, Chandranath, you accidentally muted yourself. Go ahead, please unmute and ask what you were saying. Chandranath, you're on mute. Yeah.
Achha, another question. I like to request George to arrange a session so that accessible instruments we may get from different sources. Please arrange a webinar so that we may purchase some accessible goods.
If you have any specific, I could maybe just tell you the name. If if you have very specific question on that, that's
No,
it could be
actually,
a separate seminar. I agree. I think.
yeah, yeah, that I am asking for.
You're talking about things like technology to things like talking thermometers, weighing scales,
Yes, yes,
and
yes,
things like even like the Fire Stick and
yes.
Alexa, uh, 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 what AI is it? The Microsoft
Seeing
AI,
AI.
seeing AI.
Seeing AI, and so on and so forth. So basically, a talk which basically covers all these technology that's available, which blind people can accessible technology.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, through these various seminars, we come to learn one by one. But I want one such seminar where we may get actually some knowledge about these sort of. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what we'll do is, I think on the 17th, either on the 17th or 24th of September, we will invite a couple who 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 use technology extensively in their lives,
Yeah, yeah.
and we'll have them talk about the technologies they use in their lives, and that covers a lot of stuff. So maybe that would be a good idea. Yeah.
Yes. Fantastic.
So
Thank you. Carry on.
we have another question on Facebook from Mustafa Merchant. He's saying, is there a forum that we can voice our concerns on the educational system? It's quite challenging, even with the mainstream, to get them to accommodate persons with disability. And this is obviously, without reservations. This question is just general in terms of how, once you even get through a mainstream education system, how do you tell them to accommodate persons with disability?
So Vineet, I'd like to kind of add to this question. One of the things which makes you who you are is the education you've had. And one of the reasons why a lot of visually impaired people are not able to get jobs is because the education that they have got has not been good enough to make them employable. And that is a bigger reality than the perception that potential employers have. Your comments on that?
See, I think very valid point made, because I think the difference keeps on increasing if the school is not inclusive enough, and actually the difference actually starts from there. I was there in a school, and at that time maybe my disability was not high, so obviously the schools needs to be inclusive from day one for a person with visual disability, which is not there in this case. And I feel that one a still lot of maybe parent intervention here. I know advocacy will go on with schools, but I feel like, for example, NCRT textbooks are freely available on in PDF, which I think could be easily run through screen reader softwares. So I think the role of parent here becomes very important. I'm here just assuming for a time being that like the work in education will go on with a lot of advocacy organizations, but like if schools are not stepping up the game, I think now parents of people with disability need to step up here and do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but in the case of visually impaired people, a lot of cases the parents are either poor or illiterate, meaning this is a
yeah,
large section of the population. Very few parents are like yours and mine who
yeah.
who are educated and have the competence to kind of give that support.
Yeah, no, very obviously the government needs to step up here, but I'm just thinking aloud that what is the next best option if the government is not stepping up? I think a lot of now, like the other way to do it is a lot of tutorials and modules are definitely available online free of cost. So the idea is probably if someone can integrate all the course material across the country in and lot of teacher and lot of videos are already there, like with organizations like Byju's and Vedantus of the world, all the curriculum is freely available, and some of our paid content, the idea is maybe to reach out to these companies and create that inclusive module which anyone can access free of cost. Like one thing which is immediately coming to my mind is, like, for example, how Bihar government started educating through television, and that was a very big hit in rural areas where internet connection and even a basic smartphone was not there. So I think some of these solutions needs to be thought through from our as an NGO collective view, which can be done. So
Any more questions?
I just have a question, Vineet. We've talked about academics and we've talked about, getting a good job based on your merit and your hard work, etc. Once you're in the job, once you're in the private sector, there's also a tendency from the other side. I mean, yes, a lot of people feel that, I'm talking about blind people who've got a job, saying that, it's hard to find friends because able-bodied people kind of flock together. And similarly, able-bodied people have come up and said that, somehow blind people just go with their kind. With disabled people will flock together. So, is there something that you did deliberately to break that ice and, to work along with your sighted peers? Something you would like to share with the rest of the group?
I think that is largely, that stereotype is also, there is some merit to that stereotype. I would not say for a person with visual disability, but I have heard this a lot. Like, for example, deaf have their own deaf culture, and a lot of like when we were employing a lot of people with hearing disability in our retail firm, a lot of store managers used to say that deaf people are more comfortable with other deaf people, and sometimes that is also to do with their disability, because sign language is not the preferred medium and all that. So that is the reason, but considering visual disability, that might be less true. But what I did deliberately as such is not nothing very specific. As such, I used to participate. A lot of times, we will see people with visual disability not participating in all aspects of school, college, or even office things. So I think the first thing is like we need to start participating wholeheartedly in everything, and that is the way in general for any person with ability or without ability. A lot of people with ability also find difficulty in getting um, people. So there is no secret code to it. The only thing is maybe go and mingle and try to participate in all activities. Like, for example, what one thing which I did different in IM campuses is I deliberately told, or like in IMB we had 5 or 6 people within the group, so one person used to present, and I always, first 6 months, I made sure that I presented everything on behalf of my group, saying that I will only present, though it meant additional time by remembering each and every slide by heart. But that is what I took, just so that everyone embraces me and treats me equally within the group. Once they know, okay, look at this guy, he's like a person with visual disability and he's taking a lead in presenting things. So yeah, that is one thing which I did slightly different.
All right. Okay. I don't see any more
Yeah, you're
questions.
right.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Yeah, you're right, Vineet. I think a lot of initiative, I think we visually impaired people ourselves need to take to actually break the barriers. Expecting people around to break the barriers, that might never happen. So we need to take the initiative, like you said. You participated in all activities. You made sure that you got a fair opportunity to make presentations. So I think these are all initiatives that you took, and I think that's a lesson we should all take with us after this. That I think if we want to be part of the system, I think there's a lot of initiative that we might have to take. Um,
And again, I know the world is honestly very unfair. Lot of things we have no control. and I also feel very sad about lot of things, lot of visual things which I am not able to do. But I think now, irrespective of the world being unfair, irrespective of so much discrimination around, I think we need to look at the positive side. I know it's very difficult to look at it, like for example the education system. It would not change eventually, but the thing is, I think at least how I look at life and how I look at things is, what are three or four things which I can do irrespective of the challenges and feel grateful towards that. So just find your own strength and find your own abilities. I know it's very difficult to implement in your life for anyone, and for me also it's difficult. It's not that I don't feel sad about things and being like a visual world, and which is not equal, not equipped for ourselves. But what best you can do is just embrace, have that acceptance, and take and do things what you could with the best of your abilities, irrespective of the world being unfair. So yeah.
All right. Then can we share, with your permission, can we share your email ID with some people who have asked for it?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. We'll so whoever wants the email ID, we will share it in a mail separately with you after this session.
So thank you very much, Vineet, for this wonderful session and the time that you shared with us. Uh, and we wish you the very best as you continue your journey through the corporate world and continue doing the good things that you're doing. Continue running marathons, cycling, and skipping, and continue serving the country with through Big Bazaar and through their accessible sales force. So thank you very much for your passion and interest in and commitment to making the world a sensitive, accessible place. Thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Shruti, and thank you, Ive, for inviting me. And I hope I was able to do some justice and some change in perspective and add value in today's session. Thank you again for inviting me and listening to me for so long. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Vinny. Thanks. All right. For all of those who are still here with us in the session, please do send in your feedback forms. Tomorrow we will be rolling them out. Please submit them and send it to us via WhatsApp, email. And we look forward to you joining us next Thursday.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैडम। हेलो।
Yes.
हाँ मैडम, मैं एक दो क्वेश्चन मेरे थोड़ा लास्ट में जॉर्ज सर से क्या मैं पूछ सकता हूँ अभी?
आप पूछिए।
हाँ सर, ये पहला क्वेश्चन तो मेरा ये है कि सर, ये आईवे की वेबसाइट पे और कुछ प्रॉब्लम चल रहा था, आपने बताया था पिछले वेबिनार, बुक शेयर के वेबिनार में आप आए थे, तो शॉर्ट आउट हुआ प्रॉब्लम की नहीं?
नहीं, ये अभी थोड़ा कानूनी प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि
अच्छा।
जो संस्था, जो कॉर्पोरेट बॉडी हमारे डोमेन रिलीज करना है, वो एक्चुअली इंसॉल्वेंट है, मतलब उनका जो बैंक्रप्सी पे आ गया है, और तो वो लोग केस लड़ रहे हैं कि उनको तो वो जब तक वो लोग हमारा डोमेन को रिलीज नहीं करेंगे, यानी कि iway.org को रिलीज नहीं करेंगे, हम उसको अगर हमें वो ऑथराइजेशन कोड नहीं मिलेगा तो हम दोबारा शुरू करना मुमकिन नहीं है, unless we decide to change the name from iway.org to iway.in or something. But अगर हम वो करते हैं तो then इसको promote और publicity करने में बहुत time लगेगा. So we will wait for another maybe one more month, and if it doesn't change, then we might decide to switch from iway.org to maybe iway.in or something and proceed.
और सर, ये हेल्पलाइन का जो इशू था, हेल्पलाइन में भी प्रॉब्लम थोड़ा था, जो ऑन कॉल है, तो इसमें उसका हुआ सोल्यूशन भी?
हेल्पलाइन को लेके क्या प्रॉब्लम है? सॉरी,
ये कॉल लगाने पे मतलब रिसीव नहीं होता, कई बार मैंने कॉल किया तो, लेकिन वो कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स उसमें रहती है।
एक्चुअली क्या होता है ना नीरज जी, हम कोविड के दौरान ना हमारा स्टाफ भी थोड़ा कम हो गया है,
जी जी हाँ, यही प्रॉब्लम था, सर ने
क्या है
बताया
फिर,
था
हाँ
तो
मिस कॉल में जाता है, पर आप अपना नंबर शेयर कर लीजिए व्हाट्सएप पे हमसे।
जी जी जी
आपके
जी
पास हाईवे का व्हाट्सएप नंबर है क्या?
जी हाँ, जी है मैडम, है।
उस पे अपना नंबर डाल के एक मैसेज दे दीजिए, तो हम कल आपको कॉल बैक करवा देते हैं किसी से।
जी 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 ठीक मैडम। और सेकंड क्या है, नेक्स्ट वीक मतलब गेस्ट किनका है, मतलब प्रोग्राम?
हाँ, ये इसका घोषणा हम कल करेंगे।
जी ठीक है सर, थैंक यू सर।
इंस्पिरेशनल कैरेक्टर, और
हाँ,
उनका कहानी बहुत ही इंस्पायरिंग है। वो
जी सर।
ब्लाइंड ब्लाइंड नहीं है, पर वो जो काम कर रहे हैं, और जो जो जिस ज़िंदगी का जिस मुकाम से गुजरे हैं,
जी जी
काफ़ी कठिन स्थिति से गुजरे हैं, और आज वो बहुत ही बढ़िया काम कर रहे हैं। तो वो स्ट्रेस और जो जो कठिनाइयों से जो जूझने का जो दुख
जज्बा
है,
होता है।
जज्बा
जी
है,
जी
उसके बारे में बात करेंगे।
ठीक सर, थैंक
ठीक है, और उसके बाद हम फुटबॉल के बारे में बात करेंगे,
यू। ओके सर, थैंक
10 तारीख को। क्या?
यू। जी जी जी
ओके।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, बाय।